From Intellivision making a console comeback to Roblox entering the education scene, we have the latest headlines from across the game industry, so let's load them up and dive right in. Why pay employees when you can have volunteers do the work for prizes? According to a report by Polygon with backing from 2 affected individuals, it seems Microsoft laid off about 12 of its support team members earlier last month and effectively replaced them with Xbox ambassadors, community members who volunteer to help manage the Xbox brand in their free time. To add insult to injury, some of the folks who were let go had been tasked with training their unpaid replacements before being kicked out of the company. Xbox ambassadors interface with customers and field their inquiries through the Xbox support handle on Twitter, and through a dedicated online chat tool, where they're rewarded for their efforts through gamification, like leaderboards that dole out experience, missions, and sweepstakes. It should be noted that Microsoft has still kept a small team on payroll to manage said volunteers, but it's still unfortunate to see paid people being replaced by players. But if you have some free time on your hands and want to level up, we're sure Microsoft would love to let you play as a support. Mark your calendars for October 1st, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like a new console is coming to disrupt the industry and will be falling under the classic Intellivision brand. The company relaunched under the title of Intellivision Entertainment and is headed up by President Tommy Tallarico, one of the original personalities from Reviews on the Run and Electric Playground, and a notable composer and advocate in the video game music scene. There may not be any details available regarding the system at this time, but you can sign up for updates and listen to their live Q&A from earlier in the week on their official Facebook page. During their stream, Tommy claimed that there's no individual group in their ecosystem that's more important than any other, following up to suggest we forget about hardware specs and target demographics. In his own words, at the end of the day, the system is going to live or die by the amazing games it has available on day one. It seems like quite the gamble in today's metrics-led market, but we hope their angle helps set precedents in the future and doesn't face the same fate as the Ouya. The United States has another record under their belt. According to a survey conducted by the fine folks at Superdata on behalf of PayPal, nearly half of women and a quarter of men who stream games online in the country aren't paid for it. Male streamers seem to be performing better in other nations, with the global average being at 38% relative to America's 24%. But there's a gender gap with women who see 43% globally and 48% domestically. What makes these numbers stand out is that they're not reflective of the value streaming brings to the industry. Superdata reports that many consumers have been turning away from written reviews, and are looking to friends, family, streamers, and esports stars to inform their purchasing decisions. The States saw this shift from 16% to 21% between 2016 and today, while Japan saw the most striking results, observing a drop from 46% to a meager 16%. If there's anything for developers to take away from this, it's that the written word isn't moving units like before, so consider leveraging streams where possible, and definitely offer those folks free copies. A lot of them aren't earning a profit promoting for you. It looks like a battle royale is about to be staged in the courtrooms. PUBG Corp has filed a lawsuit against Epic Games on the grounds of plagiarism regarding similarities between PUBG and Fortnite. The Korea Times reported on the legal move, stating that a spokesperson for the aggressor filed an injunction in the country back in January. For those following the two companies, this shouldn't come as too much of a surprise, since PUBG Corp has taken issue with Epic Games ever since they launched a battle royale mode in Fortnite. What makes this case interesting though is that PUBG is developed with Unreal Engine 4, an engine licensed by the very company they're taking action against. And considering the formula they're suing over found its footing with multiplayer mods predating both titles, it doesn't seem like PUBG Corp has a leg to stand on in this case. But what do we know? We're not lawyers. It looks like Goldman Sachs is getting into Voodoo. The private equity firm has taken an interest in the French mobile developer and has invested $200 million into it. Voodoo claims this partnership will help accelerate their global expansion in what they call their phase of hypergrowth. The portfolio of games boasts 150 million active monthly users, and the company has seen 300 million downloads last year, so it's not hard to see why Goldman Sachs took an interest in them. The terms of the investment weren't publicly disclosed, but the company's co-founders confirmed that they'll still maintain majority control of Voodoo going forward. They also mentioned that their challenge now is to bring in engineers and managers with artistic skills and sensibility. At the moment, they're operating solely out of France, but they're considering to open a sales team overseas in the States to bolster their relationship with Apple and Google. So if you're in the marketing department at your company and want to change things up, keep an eye out for when that division makes its way over. It's common knowledge that mobile gaming continues to dominate much of the industry, but market intelligence firm App Annie did some digging to see how it's grown over the last decade on Apple's App Store, and the results won't surprise you. According to their findings, games account for 75% of spending on the platform, although it only makes up 31% of downloads. iOS games raked in $31.8 billion in 2017, and accounted for only 9.4 billion of the year's worldwide downloads of 30.5 billion. In general, the App Store has seen seen a steady decline in its market share for downloads, dropping over 20% from its height of 54% in 2012. But in spite of that, it still holds a higher share of spending from consumers relative to Google Play. So if you're launching your next mobile game on iOS, the numbers say you may not get as many downloads, but you might spot a few more whales in that ocean of content. And here's a fun bit of trivia for you. We originally shared some swell footage from our former pals at Supercell for this story, but they saw our heartfelt gesture and responded with a cruel, cold copyright claim against us. It stung, ladies and gentlemen, but rest assured, we're not showing them love ever again. It looks like there's another contender in the educational software market. Roblox Studio is launching a free curriculum within its platform, targeting children aged 10 and up. Dubbed Roblox Education, it'll include tutorials, lesson guides, and handouts, and they're getting it into the hands of a variety of classrooms, coding camps, and after-school programs for this summer's sessions. Coding Kingdom, Code Ninjas, Code a Kid. There's upwards of 500 different groups that'll have access to the tools, and more will no doubt follow suit in the future. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics have always been a staple of the studio's software, and they feel like Roblox Education is the right direction for them. Through this initiative, they hope to help teach kids real coding, game design, digital citizenship, and entrepreneurial skills. Now that's a goal I'm sure we can all get behind. GameStop has found itself another temporary CEO. Former Microsoft executive Shane Kim will be holding the position as their hunt for a permanent replacement continues. Shane has been on the board of directors for the company for 7 years so far, and worked at Microsoft for 19, where he was involved with the original Xbox and 360 platforms before he left in 2010. Although this marks the fourth change in leadership since November 2017, Shane seems like he'll be an effective and stable representative for the company until their next CEO can be named. With his extensive experience in the industry, he'll be adding a lot of value to the company, if not only for the short term. And that covers this week's lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Was there anything you found particularly insightful? Did we miss something you think should have been covered? Let us know in the comments down below, and be sure to tune in next time for another newsworthy breakdown.